Hey guys, Constance here. Welcome back to the farm. So as you can see, it is now raining. We actually had, up to just a few minutes ago, a beautiful day. Got a ton of work done out here. Got most of everything mowed. Got the gardens mowed, the yard mowed, weed-eated, all of that good stuff. My back at the moment is actually feeling really good. It had been feeling bad all week. I'll confess to you, I got up this morning and my back was actually hurting so bad. Like, that was close. My back was feeling so bad, I was like, I think I'm gonna need to go to the doctor. Well, we knew we were going to have the weather for mowing, and so today was mowing day. And I also knew that if I said something to Mr. Smith about how bad my back was hurting, that he wasn't going to let me mow, but we really needed to mow. Because it's supposed to do this off and on for several days now. And so I decided to just get out there on the riding lawnmower. He was doing the walk behind, I was doing the riding mower, and you know what? I may pay for it tomorrow, but at the moment my back is actually feeling really good. I am kind of wondering if I had something pinched in my back, and you know, I got up this morning, I stretched it really good, and then I was out there on the mower and I was taking it easy, but I was still like jostling around and moving around. There was a lot of vibration and all of that, and I'm actually not hurting for like the first time in a week. Like I said, I may pay for it tomorrow, but at the moment I'm thinking something that was pinched may be unpinched now. So I'm really hoping that that is the case and that I start feeling some actual improvement now going forward, because quite frankly, I got a lot of work to do. It's garden season. I mean, it's here. It's garden season, and I have just been beside myself all week, not being able to do the things that I wanted to do. But, well, let me see if I can show you a couple things from up here on the porch. Oh, well, first of all, let me tell you about the table that I'm currently actually sitting on. Right here, this bright orange thing with my Yankee tea. So this table here is actually a table and bench, has a matching bench, that I got from a local antique store. And it is a German table that is from the Beer Fest tent. If you have ever been to Germany or seen some stuff about Germany, you know that they have a lot of fests that involve beer drinking in the beer tent. Bring all the big old steins of beer and Oktoberfest and all that stuff. Well, this is actually a Beer Fest table, and you can see it's actually a really narrow table. It was so you could fit more tables in the smaller space to get lots of people in the beer tent. Now, a friend of mine actually got a table just like this, same color and everything, a couple of weeks prior to me finding this one. And when she found hers, it only had one bench, but she had a really big family, and so she was going to maybe make a bench or try and find another one to go with it. Well, when I got this one, it had two benches, and she's the lady who actually gave us Amos, our little mini mule. And I told her, like, look, when I come to pick up Amos, I'm going to give you one of my benches, because I wanted this table for up here on the front porch. And my porch is relatively narrow, so this narrow table with one bench is kind of perfect for up here. Here comes some more thunder. it is. Amos is doing great, and it all worked out. So this is my really cool German Beer Fest table. Now, when I picked it up, I also picked up some paint because it's a little chippy. It's got some wear on it. My plan was to paint it like a lovely sage green color, but Mr. Smith actually really likes the orange, and to be honest, it kind of grew on me as well. And so what I'm going to do is just leave it as it is with the chippy paint and everything, but I am going to seal it with like a nice lacquer to preserve it, since it is out here on the porch. I mean, it is covered, but it is still going to get, you know, moisture from rain that gets splashed up here and everything. And so this is my cool German Bierfest table. So I am going to head into the house and take a shower here in a minute, since I am filthy and clearly outdoor work is done for today. Hey guys, I don't know if you can see them back there. There's a couple deer out there in the pasture. And of course, as soon as I come out here to film, it's starting to rain. So let me move again. Still out there. Alright, so what I wanted to share with you, let me lower that down a little bit. So you can see my cold frame area down here that's still there. I'm actually going to be beginning to transition some of my plants that are inside out here into the cold frame this week. Namely my peppers for sure. I don't know if I'll be bringing my little baby tomato plants out yet, but I will definitely be bringing out the peppers because they're a little bit bigger and they can start getting some sunlight. I do kind of harden them off a little bit, and there's different ways of going about that. But what I do, and what has worked for me, is to bring the plants out, put them in the cold frame, which technically it's not that cold outside, so it's a mini greenhouse of sorts, and I start them off with shade cloth over the top of this. That way they're getting sunlight, but it's muted through the shade cloth, and I gradually build them up to where they are in direct sunlight, and then once they're at that stage, then they can go on out into the garden. You never want to take plants from indoors that you started indoors and put them straight outside, because what happens is, first of all, it's a shock to the plants, but also you can scorch the plants. It'll actually burn the leaves and can kill your plants. So you don't ever want to do that. You do want to kind of gradually move them out. And I do have an article, or maybe it was a video. I think it was an article that I wrote about transitioning your plants through the process of going indoors to outdoors, and I will link that down below. Whether it was a video or an article, I'll have to look it up. That's the thing, I'm not just a vlogger, a YouTuber, I'm also a writer, and so sometimes I do things in video form, other times they're written articles. So another thing that happened today is you can see the A-frame chicken coop right out there. We moved it out over here after we mowed all this area. I put one of the poultry netting fences out around that, and we are going to be moving the Icelandic chickens out of the run that they're in out to the A-frame. And of course we're about to go do chores, and you can probably hear it's raining. Alright, so yes, as I was saying, we're going to be moving the Icelandic chickens out to the A-frame to get them out of that run, because I never really wanted chickens to be just in that run. That's kind of like a holding area, and so we'll be moving them out there. That way they'll be separate from all of the rest of the chickens, but have their own space and plenty of room and fresh grass and all that stuff. So as I was outside working, doing stuff today, I noticed something. First of all, there's flowers everywhere that are happening. You can see all along the tree line back there, the flowering trees. It's like a wild lilac. I think it's actually Chinese privet, unfortunately. I was given some bad information. When we first moved here, I was told that that was Jersey tea. It's not Jersey tea. It's privet, and it's invasive, and it's everywhere, kind of like Bradford pear trees and all that. But in any case, it does smell amazing. The other thing that smells amazing, which is also in full bloom, is the honeysuckle. Last year I made honeysuckle jelly. It was fantastic, and it was the first jelly I think that we were out of, and so I promised Mr. Smith I would make more honeysuckle jelly this year, and so now that I'm seeing honeysuckle blossoms all over the place, that is going to be happening this week. And I don't think I filmed that last year, so I will bring you guys out with me to pick honeysuckle and then into the kitchen, and we will make honeysuckle jelly together. But there's a second jelly that I want to make, and I may do that one this week as well, and that's clover blossom jelly. I've never made this before. I've heard it's really good, and we've got clover everywhere. When we moved out here, I planted the Dutch clover that you see all over the place, but we didn't really have much of it here, so I seeded it. I got Dutch clover seed, planted it all over the place so that we have lots and lots of clover. So I think I will possibly do that this week as well, but definitely the honeysuckle. So that is it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and check the radar, see if we'll be able to get out there and do the chores here shortly. You've probably heard the thunder happening, but in any case, I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for joining me here at the homestead. I will talk to y'all next time.